And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at noon. I'm Mark Hall. A live look outside at Reagan National Airport. We continue to follow the devastating news of the mid-air collision between American Airlines Flight 5342 and a Black Hawk military helicopter near the airport that killed 67 people. We've learned in the past few hours that more than 40 bodies have been pulled from the Potomac River. Well, we're moments away from an update from D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser, D.C. Fire and EMS, along with other local officials about the recovery efforts happening on the Potomac near Reagan National Airport. And we're going to jump into that news conference as soon as it begins. Well, the NTSB says that they have recovered the black box from the airplane. The recovery of the black boxes are key. Those are used to reconstruct the crash and are made to be indestructible. According to the NTSB, commercial airplanes are equipped with two of those cockpit voice recorders and a flight data recorder. The agency recovered both from the plane. Those will be analyzed and used to reconstruct the crash. Now, we also know the NTSB will be investigating an FAA staffing, according to a report obtained by the Associated Press. Now, one air traffic controller was responsible for coordinating helicopter traffic and arriving and departing planes that night, which is typically the job of two people.
We look at the human, the machine, and the environment. So we will look at all the humans that were involved in this accident. Again, we will look at the aircraft, we will look at the helicopter, we will look at the environment in which they were operating in. That is standard in any part of our investigation.
Our investigation report will be released in 30 days, a final one at the end of the investigation. Well, the NTSB did say if it identifies any immediate danger, changes will be made immediately. All right, it is 12:02. Let's head over now to meteorologist Brittany Ward. The check on the forecast. Brittany, it's a Friday. It's been a very tough week in the region. Maybe some decent weather can help folks around here.
Yeah, you know, and I wish I could give you that good news, Mark, but today we are going to be tracking the rain. We're also going to be tracking the wind, and that's going to put a hinder on those recovery efforts as those crews still out on the Potomac trying to finish that investigation. Let's take a live look outside. We're looking out towards the Reagan National Airport. Notice the camera is shaking. We are starting to see those winds begin to whip across the area. Not only are the crews dealing with the rain, they're dealing with the winds, they're also going to be dealing with some patchy fog across the area. So they have some hazards that they have to go through as they continue those recovery efforts. Visibility here in the nation's capital has now dipped down to about 6 miles, 3 miles there in Leesburg. You're down to about 5 miles in Winchester. You're down to 2 as you head over there to Hagerstown. So we'll continue to see patchy fog as we head through the day today, and those winds will continue to whip as we head through the afternoon. Winds gusting right now at about 25 miles per hour as you head further down to the south out towards Manassas. 24 though here in the nation's capital. We're seeing that southerly flow that's going to push some of that onshore flow as well into the Potomac. So at times that water could be choppy for those crews. Now radar showing you the last 30 minutes across the entire area. We are seeing that rain begin to fill its way, especially here along the Beltway, further off to the west out towards I-81, the eastern panhandle of West Virginia. Kind of just zooming it into Washington, D.C. right now. Looks like we are seeing some light rain, but as you head further off into the Haymarket area of Virginia, we're starting to see some of that moderate to even heavy downpours. And then we head over to our next section. Futurecast kind of showing you that heavy to moderate downpour that's in Haymarket could start to make its way into the district as we head within the next hour or so. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of this forecast, Mark, coming up.
Brittany, thank you. Breaking now, Baltimore police are on the scene of a shooting. It happened on the 1400 block of East North Avenue. We don't have any other information, but we will bring you the latest developments as they are made available by police.
Oh, what happened? Oh my God!
Take a look at this new video showing the moment a passenger aircraft collided with a military helicopter in a devastating crash near Reagan National Airport. And you can hear the reaction from the people taking the video as they see the explosion in the sky. This dash cam footage was filmed from Joint Base Anacostia, boiling from a person and who wishes to remain anonymous. Well, flights are back to taking off at DCA after a ground stoppage this morning. Now, this is a live look at Reagan National. The ground stop is because of the volume at the airport. Flights resumed out of Reagan National Airport yesterday after Wednesday's deadly crash. DC News Now's Yamari Sase checks in with passengers about how they're feeling about flying out today.
On-time flights, a few cancellations, and some delays. This is what the flight board looks like at Reagan National, and it's slowly getting back to normal. Now, airport lines are moving as people get ready to board their flights, but some passengers have some mixed feelings.
Flying is safe. I mean, it really is the safest way.
That's how Garrett Green feels flying to Miami, Florida Friday morning, just a day after Reagan National Airport was closed for 14 hours. Wednesday night's deadly crash involving an American Airlines flight and a military helicopter led DCA to cancel and delay several flights.
I actually lost a father in a plane crash about 20 years ago, so it definitely struck home for me. I mean, the tragedy just goes out to all those families.
It's truly heartbreaking, and my heart definitely goes with everybody.
As passengers return to the airport, people are confident crew members will get them to their destination safely.
I believe it's a very safe system, aviation system. I actually at one point in time worked for U.S. Airways, which was headquartered here and then became American, and so I know firsthand all the safety features, and it doesn't concern me to fly today.
I'm going to put my faith in everybody that's out there doing their job today, that they get us there safely.
As crews work to bring closure to more than 60 families, many are hoping the country can move towards healing one day.
I understand things can always, unhappen, and there's all those unfortunate situations, but we have to keep moving forward. We have to keep, not being too afraid to keep going every day.
Now, there was a ground stop in place for a very short period of time, but that was lifted before 9 a.m. Reporting at Reagan National, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
All right, thanks to Yamari. The Washington Post reports that just a day before the crash, another jet landing at Reagan National alerted air traffic control that it had to abort after a helicopter appeared near its flight path. The Post says that flight tracking maps from Tuesday night showed an unidentified aircraft almost directly under the jet. The jet, a Republic Airways flight, landed safely. Well, the Associated Press says an FAA report shows that one of the air traffic controllers was doing the work of two people the night of the collision. The report also says that staffing in the control tower was not normal that Wednesday evening. That report says that when the collision happened, the controller was responsible for coordinating helicopter traffic and arriving and departing flights. An anonymous source tells the Associated Press that positions are regularly combined when controllers need to step away from the console for breaks or in the process of a shift change or when air traffic is slow. Well, we're getting firsthand account from inside Reagan National Airport as the crash happened. Mary Dewing is a Virginia native and had just landed at DCA. She tells DC News Now she had just gotten off the plane and sat down at her gate for her connection when an American Airlines employee began talking to all of the gate agents.
As he went to each person, their face just dropped. And so then somebody said, crash, 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 code 3. Suddenly there were probably, I think I counted 6 fire trucks, 2 or 3 ambulances, police, and so you could see them all going out. So we assumed somebody had landed and maybe went off the runway or something. We had no idea.
Mary says that moments later, restaurants and bars turned on the news and everyone started watching. Dewing says that people were crying and horrified as more information started to come out.
I mean, audible gasp, because it's shocking, and they were so close to landing. I think, and that's what everybody kept saying, is they were so close, they were almost here. Everybody was trying to help each other, which is good. It always makes you have a little bit faith in humanity when everybody kind of starts trying to come together.
Mary Dewing says that she managed to get a rental car and drove home. On her way, she drove past the rescue and recovery operations in the river. She tells us that it was so reassuring to see so many first responders showing up to assist. Well, we're getting more insight into the recovery effort as crews work to recover bodies from the water. DC's medical examiner has set up a temporary morgue in the Buzzard Point neighborhood. Since its recovery mission now, they paused the search when it got dark last night. But many firefighters who responded Wednesday night worked well into the day on Thursday. DC Fire and EMS says that divers searched all the areas that are accessible. Bodies recovered from the Potomac were taken to one of these tents serving as a temporary morgue. That's when the medical examiner takes over, and DC's Firefighters Union President says that he's grateful for support from surrounding jurisdictions.
Everybody's hanging in there. We're people who are taking rests, who need rest. We're making sure everybody is fresh out there who's doing the work. And, you know, we're a large department. We're able to cycle through people. Like we said, we've got all these other jurisdictions who are coming in, coordinating relief. Baltimore City's dive team's been working a lot this afternoon.
Those shift rotations will continue, and today divers will work with the NTSB to support the investigation and begin operations to salvage the aircraft. The U.S. Coast Guard is partnering with other local and federal agencies to help with cleanup on the Potomac River. The Coast Guard says that they have established a safety zone on the river. They're restricting vessel traffic and asking boaters to avoid the area. And you can help with the recovery efforts as well. If you have information on the collision, you can call these numbers on your screen. And the Metropolitan Washington Council of Governments says that anyone with information related to the rescue and recovery efforts should call 911, and they advise you to not touch or remove anything. And anyone in the U.S. or U.S. territories who believe that they know someone on that flight should contact American Airlines.